In this edition of Action Science, our team breaks down The Rock's first collaboration with legendary Hollywood actor, director, and producer Peter Berg in The Rundown. In this high-flying, hard-hitting, heart-thumping brawl, The Rock's Beck takes on a gang of rebels led by the ruthless Manito, played by the legendary martial artist Ernie Reyes Jr. You know, the pizza guy from The Secret of the Ooze.
So basically what you're telling me is you guys were all slimed.
All right, let's get to the science. In our first Action Science breakdown, Beck is catapulted over 40 feet into a tree. Beck was hurtled through the air at over 50 miles per hour. To power a toss of that speed and distance, Manito and his fellow rebel had to have applied 3,590 newtons. That's more force than a draft horse uses to rip your limbs off. Beck is flung into a tree and nails 3 branches on his way down, taking the force of the final branch right in the pebbles. With an acceleration of 7.7 Gs at impact and a speed of 28.2 miles per hour, we know that the force on Beck's balls is at least 2,266 pounds of force. That's greater than the bite force of an alligator. Of course, someone as badass as Beck doesn't take long to brush off that kind of pounding. In our next breakdown, Beck flings a rebel over 20 feet, smashing him into a tree. When we calculate the energies, we find that Beck launches the rebel at a whopping total of 4,767 joules. That's more energy than the world record hammer throw of 3,400 joules. That's a wrench, not a hammer. Anyway, in our last breakdown, when Double Trouble comes swinging down to attack Beck, he takes out 2 rebels with 1 whack. Since it takes the men an 1/8 of a second to stop, we can calculate their acceleration at impact is 11 Gs, which means each rebel experiences over 2,050 pounds of force. That's more than double the force of a home run. After Beck takes out an entire platoon of high-flying, hatchet-chucking, fire-wielding, kung-fu-fighting jungle rebels, he only has one thing to say to Manito.
I am not your enemy.
When we calculate Beck's raw tenacity, impeccably timed one-liners, and no-look slow-motion explosion strut, our action scientists came to one conclusion. Beck is a certified badass. That's it for this edition of Action Science. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like our video, subscribe, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and comment on which action scene you want to see our physicists break down next.